This is the biggest no-brainer ever. Call your PALS, PALS, your PALS, your pre-approved and looking, right? How many of us have pre-approved somebody and then like we get so busy trying to pre-approve the next person or trying to close the deals or go get more leads that we don't follow up with the leads that we pre-approved last month or last week or 2 months or 3 months ago, right? As I go around the nation talking with loan officers, most loan officers have a stack this high of pre-approved and lookings. And when I tell them, hey, start calling on that list, but make sure you have a crying towel because most of them or many of them have already going to be taking action, right? So you want to call your pre-approved lookings. We actually, in my world, we call these every Thursday. Our pre-approved and lookings, we call them every Thursday because they're getting ready. Most of them are getting ready to go out and start looking for properties this weekend, and it gives us a good chance to make sure that they're being loyal to the real estate agent who likely referred them to us, and if they're not, to give that real estate agent a heads up. Also, when we make these Thursday calls to our pre-approved lookings, we notify the agent that we made those phone calls and give them any notes that we took during the call about what they're looking for. And by the way, if you have two borrowers, like a borrower and a co-borrower, call both, right? Call both because we're looking for referrals from those people. And we find that when there's two different borrowers, they're likely to have different work friends, different friends. Me and the lovely Mrs. White, I mean, we know each other's friends, but she hangs out with one group sometimes, and I hang out with another sometimes, and we may work at different places, so we'll have different work friends. So make sure that you call both. Right now, one real quick thing here, and I only got a minute or two to talk about it. This is real important. People say, "Well, Carl, I don't know what to say to my pre-approved lookings." Here's what you say. There's a thing called future casting. Future casting. This is very, very, I've also heard this called future pacing, by the way. Future casting, future pacing. It's a very, very powerful tool of influence. What future casting is when we're talking to that prospect, and let's say they're thinking about buying a home and we pre-approved them, we call them up and we future cast them. What that means is you get them to imagine themselves with the results already in hand, right? That's what future casting is. Getting your client, as long as it's in their best interest, of course, but getting your client to imagine that they already bought the house. For instance, I live here in Florida, and a lot of people here buy houses so they can buy a pool, right? And so when we're calling our pre-approved lookings here in the Tampa Bay area, we'll say things like on Thursday morning, right? On Thursday morning, we make these calls. We'll say things like, so remind me, Mrs. Jones, where y'all looking to move to, and what's the purpose of the move? And let's just say it's, well, we're looking for a pool for the kids. What future casting is when we say things like, as long as it's in their best interest, of course, we say things like, oh, Mrs. Jones, man, that's going to be awesome. I can see the kids splashing in the pool and the Saturday afternoon barbecues, and you're going to be the cool parents where all the neighborhood kids will be coming over to your house, and that way you kind of know where the kids are. And man, I can smell the barbecue already. Miss Jones, I'll be happy to help you with this under one condition. I get invited to that first barbecue. Love to share that experience with you guys, right? Get them to imagine, or let's say if they're refinancing to save money, ask them, what are you going to save the money for? Maybe take a vacation, maybe pay the college education for the kids. Wow, what a relief that's going to be to be able to save that money and knowing that you're going to be able to put your kids through college. Man, that must feel really good to do that, right? Get them to imagine, because there's an old saying, wherever your head is, your butt will soon follow, right? Very, very powerful. Again, we only use strategy like this, helping people, not to put them in a situation that's not in their best interest. So.